Prosecutors have filed charges against 6 people today who they accuse of defrauding child nutrition, autism, and housing stability programs.
But their fraud investigations also extended to a new Medicaid program here in Minnesota today. Fox 9's Corin Hoggart is live at the federal courthouse in Minneapolis. Corin, prosecutors sort of put a number on the amount of fraud, and it was shocking.
Yeah, Randy and Kelsey, the investigators are typically shy about making estimates here, but the number getting floated out there today was $9 billion. Now, they haven't proved anywhere near that amount yet, but they have charged 92 people in those 3 programs, and now the investigation is extending into new programs as well. FBI agents carried out boxes of files from Ultimate Home Health Services in Bloomington Thursday morning. The state suspended its license this month after discovering alleged fraud in its Integrated Community Supports Program, or ICS. The door is broken there, and federal prosecutors say Minnesota's entire Medicaid program seems broken.
What we see in Minnesota is not a handful of bad actors committing crimes. It's a staggering industrial scale fraud.
Right here we have 2 child daycare centers. We have the Minnesota Child Care Center, and then we also have Nuna. Between the two, $2.66 million. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Why are you recording?
Yes. We would like to know.
Well, it says we're trying to figure out 102 children. Is that for this facility?
What is the name? Why is it?
It's from the state of Minnesota website. It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department? That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Well, there you have it, folks. And she's playing dumb, as you can see. That's why she's like, which daycare? Obviously, they already showed her the paperwork, and they mentioned the daycare, which is the name on the daycare's wall, or the door of the daycare, which is Minnesota.
We're just wondering where this facility.
Minnesota Child Care Center.
It's from the
So
state
she's
of
saying,
Minnesota
what's the
website.
name?
It says you have 102 children here in your child care.
Which child care name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website.
So there you have it. Her playing dumb. All right, boom. So let's talk about probably the craziest, most viral video on the internet right now. And I'm talking about Nick Shirley. This is regular dude, citizen journalist. Shout out to him. I'll put the link to his YouTube channel down below. Go subscribe. And he's obviously advocating for the truth and letting the truth be out. Now, this is not some CNN or some Fox News guy. Just a man with a camera and a purpose. And like I said, the courage and the, I should say, the strength to go out here and confront, or not even confront these people, just to see what's going on, right? And being able to go out his way and just seek the truth. And I gotta applaud him for that, because you don't see most mainstream media outlets doing this as they should, as authentic and truthful journalists they claim they are. So when you look at it, a man with a camera, with a purpose, who pulled up to Minnesota, or Minneapolis, Minnesota, to expose what might be one of the biggest scams ever pulled off with your tax dollars. And I'm not talking no little fraud. I'm talking up to $9 billion, and that's billion with a B. That federal investigators say has been siphoned, or I should say siphoned off, and was allegedly a massive fraud operation. And a lot of that is being linked to members of the Somali community up there. And listen, this ain't just some wild theory. People already been charged, some even convicted. And the thing is real. It's documented, and it's insane when you really break it down. So what Nick Shirley did was he grabbed his camera, actually went out to see it for himself, which these mainstream media outlets should be doing. But like I said, it's authentic content. content. I salute him for, doing this and actually bringing the American people taxpaying citizens and, really showing where our taxpayer dollars are going. So is a man of truth, a man with a plan. I like it, love it, salute to him. And he's, prayers and him staying safe out there, because obviously when you fight against adversity and individuals doing things they shouldn't be doing, they will throw rocks and then hide their hand and then play victim. You all know how that go. So now I want to go on to, and I'm not going to show the entirety of the video because it's like a 43 or 42-minute video. But I do want to show you guys him traveling to multiple child care centers who are part of this fraud and received a lot of these federal monies for these so-called daycares. So I'm going to siphon through it a bit. It's a 43-minute video. You guys go check it out yourself. Let's go.
To the next daycare center, how much money has this one generated?
This one in fiscal year 2025, $1,042,059. In fiscal year 2024, $1,059,078. And in fiscal year 2023, $727,336.
This next one is literally one block away, and this one's also generated nearly $3 million in the past 3 years. Let's see if there's any children. Let's see if any of the buildings are open. Here we go. All right, we've arrived to ABC Learning Center. All the windows are blacked out. Let's see if anybody is here. This door is locked.
This facility is licensed for 40 children. 0 children. I've come by this place 100 times. I've never seen a child here, ever. The only thing I've ever seen is someone standing outside smoking.
What's crazy about this is that last daycare center is that green building right there. And the other daycare center right now is right here. These buildings should be operating as they're receiving literally millions of dollars.
I knocked on the door, and to my surprise, somebody actually answered the door.
Hello? Can we speak? I would like to check a child in the daycare.
Why?
Can I speak to a manager? Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here. And now where are we going?
Now we're going to Sweet Angel Child Care.
We're in the middle of a strip mall here inside of this neighborhood.
In fiscal year 2025, this facility, which says it's licensed for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids, and all the facilities are the same way, all of them.
Let's see if anyone opens.
Yeah, let's see.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in daycare. Cause I need a spot to put my son.
Why? The audacity. You're supposed to be serving the community. So as you guys see so far, right? All these places, you can't see in them. They're all, the view is basically all, the windows are covered up, right? And he pulled up to these daycare centers, the healthcare clinics. They're all in close proximity with each other, which is already sus. These buildings that supposedly got millions of dollars in federal tax money, your money, to serve the community. And when he got there, bruh, like empty, lights off, doors locked, no kids, no parents, no nurses, no nothing. And then got a nerve to ask why he wants to have his son, Joey Shirley, into the daycare. You don't want service. You don't want no customers. I mean, not that Nick Shirley have a child, but obviously he's going through with it and make it as though he's trying to enroll a child to really see what these daycare centers about. And, not even to tour the daycare centers, right? To see where, if he had a kid, hypothetically, where he would put them at. So just imagine the rest of the residents. So now it already shows that it's bias, right? Because you don't want to serve nobody but within individuals within your own circle that is running this whole scam to enrich yourselves. Because it should be about the kids, right? Because if you look at it, right, you These buildings look like ghost towns, while on paper they're supposedly racking in government money like they're saving the world. And that's when I said, hold up. What the hell is going on here? Because if you got that much government money flowing into these businesses, where's the actual business? Where's the service? Where are the people? It's supposed to be a daycare, but when you pull up, it's like nobody ever even dropped a kid off there as you watch the video in their life. Like nobody dropped a kid off there in their life. And here's the kicker. They don't even want new customers, as you can see, like I just said. Think about that. You walk up saying, hey, I need childcare for my kid. Right? And instead of being like, cool, come on in. They're acting real nervous, shutting the door, avoiding questions. That don't even make sense, bro. Like if your daycare is legit and it's about helping the community, wouldn't you be happy to sign up more kids? That's more income, more purpose, more success. But nah, it's almost like they ain't really in the business of watching kids. They're in the business of getting that check from the government. And if that's true, that's a scam. That's fraud. That's stealing. And they're stealing from all of us. Right? Now, let's talk real quick about how Nick approached this, because this is important, right? He showed up with another white man, as you can see. And they basically told the people, hey, we're here investigating federal fraud. Right? And now, respectfully, I wouldn't have done that. I don't believe they should have took this route, but let's continue, and I'll tell you why.
Joey,
I'll tell you more.
Yes.
is this your daycare center?
No, so I work there. What's happened?
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed. No one's opening the doors.
You work here?
I was, yeah. What's happened?
Where are the kids?
Yeah?
It says it's licensed for 74 children. Right here, state of Minnesota. Where are the kids? They
Yeah?
got paid $1.26 million in fiscal year 2025. It says they have a capacity for 74 children.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's going on.
Were there any kids when you worked here?
He's there. Kids there. What's
How
happened?
many?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
You worked here. Okay, well then you're not of any help.
Can I put my son in a daycare here?
No, I don't know.
Can I speak to someone?
No, I don't know.
No? Yeah, I would like to see if I can put my son Joey here.
Who's your son, Joey?
My son Joey. Can I check out daycare center?
No! You're a liar. I'm the owner.
Do you put your kid here in this daycare?
No.
There is one child in there. Yeah, I'd like to know if this is a legit business.
Me, I'm scared of you too. How come I explain everything?
You're scared of me?
Yeah.
Why?
Because of your curry.
Because of my color. You said you're scared of me because of my color. Does that make you a racist?
Yeah, no.
But
no.
you said you're scared of me because of my color.
I'm not saying you're racist.
You said you're scared of me because of my color. That makes you a racist. So right now,
This is my
they're all
kid.
getting.
She is a racist, and that's disgusting. A racist, but you're supposed to serve the community. You taking taxpayer dollars. It doesn't matter who. I hate that divisive rhetoric. It kills me, bro. But the reality is, you see that these Somalians, they're obviously biased to only serve their own people, even if the business is even legit, right? Because obviously they're in for their own community, being biased enough to run this scam, right? So, however, even if the business is legit, you obviously are biased. You're taking federal money, but you're being selective on who you want to choose to service when you're supposed to be having a service for kids, daycare. So it's mind blowing to me. But check out what the guy that's with Nick Shirley does.
Mad because he's shown the paperwork of this business being registered as a business. 74 children, no children. We saw one child when the lady opened up the door.
So
But now
where did
they're
this
all
money
getting
go?
mad.
What was this money spent on? 1.26 million. What was that money spent on? There aren't any kids.
See? So this what I would say is, right? They basically told the people, hey, we're investigating federal fraud. You see how I'm saying? Where's the kids? They say whatever X amount of dollars, and he has the paper in his hands, and you see them two going back and forth, right? Now, respectfully, I wouldn't have done that, because the second you say that, everybody's guards go up. You're telling them straight up, we're trying to expose you, and now, of course, they're going to act funny. Me personally, I would have just said, hey, we're trying to put our kids in daycare. Can you help us? That's it. See, if they are even open to business like they claim, that way you see it. You see if they treat everyone fairly, or even if they're or if they're even letting only Somali kids in, right? Because guess what? If you're taking federal money, you can't discriminate. Is my point. That money is for everybody. Black kids, white kids, Hispanic kids, Asian kids. I don't care. Everybody. But if you're only helping Somali kids with American tax money, that's another layer of the scam. And we need to talk about that. But see, that's why I would say it would be real interesting to send in different people rather than, I'm not being racist here, but I'm saying there are two white men. They already feel like Somalis feel like they're already playing victim, right? You got Elon Omar, the congresswoman or whatever of Minnesota saying that Trump's a dictator. It just, what about sending maybe a black person or someone that's more brown, someone to see if, since they are so busy focused on skin color, as you heard, she was being racist to Nick Shirley, to see if they would discriminate between someone that's maybe somewhat more like their skin color, right? Because you just going up there saying we're investigating fraud, bro. They're not gonna. All guards are going up. They're not gonna really be receptive to anything. They're just gonna, as you're gonna see in the video as I play it again, it's like they all start calling around and letting each other know, like, heads up, like it's two white dudes walking around basically trying to expose us. Because that's what it looks like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying I wouldn't have took this approach. But the intention is good because obviously it takes courage and to be courageous enough to go out here to even show what the mainstream media won't expose and won't show where American taxpayer dollars are going. And that's phenomenal of Nick Shirley, and it's amazing, right? He's doing the God's given work. He's doing God's work. So he's exposing and showing the truth, right? But like I said, maybe if you send in different people, like maybe a black woman or Somali looking person, somebody they wouldn't immediately get suspicious of, pull up with some kids, ask for daycare, and see if they actually provide the service. Because let's be honest, if obviously two white dudes, is Nick Shirley and this guy that Nick Shirley is with, show up to a Somali neighborhood with cameras asking questions, yeah, people are gonna get freaked out or sketched out or may look at things as it seems sus, especially when you got all this attention from the media, ICE, and the feds, and people are going to assume you're law enforcement no matter what you say. So maybe that's why some of them were acting paranoid, maybe, right? But still, that doesn't explain why the doors were locked during normal business hours. It don't explain why there's no staff, no kids, no activity. Let's continue.
Ask the owner and the kids.
Well, then why are you talking for the owner if you're telling me to talk to the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm not understand what you're talking about.
Do you have a child here?
No.
Does anybody?
No.
Where are the 74 kids? Did you lose them? Did you lose these kids? Do I need to call someone? Do I need to issue an Amber Alert for missing children? Are these children missing? It's not my business that children are missing. 74 infants and toddlers, preschool.
The proof's right there. There's no children anywhere.
It's from the state of Minnesota right here.
I don't even know what she's saying.
I think we're moving on to the next location. Have a good day. As we continue to show the blatant fraud that was taking place here in Minnesota, Somalis started following us around the city. And now we're being followed by the Somalis. This is another daycare center, absolutely no signage, and there's no footprints in the snow of children playing outside. $5 million within the past
5.9 million in 2 years. 5.9 million they received in 2 years. That facility right there.
And now we have a group of Somalis telling us in our vehicle right now. From this daycare center, we headed over to the infamous Quality Learning Center, which actually...
You can't make this stuff up. They can't even, they say Learning Center. You can't even spell learning right. That's why you need people in the country to speak English first. And plus it also creates transparency, right? Because everybody on the same page. Like, they speak in Somali and Nick Shirley is trying to, see it was legitimate business. I mean, if you're doing right, obviously with Nick Shirley having a platform full of millions of followers, this would be a way to obviously show the truth that you're a legitimate business and also be able to promote your business. But instead, they are so spooked out and looking at things as such because obviously, I believe more than likely their businesses is a scam and it's sus and it's not operating legitimately as they're taking taxpayer dollars.
Spells Quality Leering Center on the outside of their sign. That's how blatant this fraud is here at this daycare.
Don't open up!
So this is Quality Leering Center. I meant to say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up!
said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open up!
How do you have ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
Don't open up!
Ma'am, what do you think about the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota?
Don't open up! We have ice!
And what do you think about this place being licensed for 99 children
Don't open up!
and getting $4 million over the...
See, this is what annoys me, because she's obviously she's saying don't open up, and they're obviously exposing the truth of these businesses being a fraud, and she's advocating for the fraud to continue with her taxpayer dollars, and she talking about don't open up. You can't be this dumb or ignorant. But it's just simple fact that when you let woke ideology overtake the facts, but see, it always happens to be where they be woke, and to the simple fact it hits their reality of living, and then they want to finally wake up. Right? So I don't know why she's being so apologetic in defending these businesses that are obviously taking federal tax dollars monies, but not operating as the business they say they are. But this is what I meant, because she is obviously stereotyping them as ICE, and they're not even ICE because of the media and things like that. That's what I'm saying. They could have took a different approach, maybe an undercover approach, maybe the way like how they be trying to catch pedos, where like they'll have someone act as someone to obviously catch the truth. Because I don't think this approach was as much as effective, but the intention, like I said, is phenomenal and takes a lot of courage and courageous, and I applaud him for that.
Open up! It's ice!
$4 million in the last 2 years?
Go away!
What do you think about that? Are you in
Go
favor?
away!
Are you in favor of that?
Go away!
You know
You're
what
not welcome here.
Are you-
Shame on you!
Are you in favor of $1.9
Shame
million
on you. It's
going
ice.
illegally,
Don't open up!
fraudulently to this business that has Quality Learning Center but can't even spell learning right on the door?
Don't open up!
Ma'am, we are not ICE.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
I belong here just like you belong here.
Don't open up! It's ice!
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children in here at this building, but there's no one here. This is a child daycare
Minnesota
center.
says 99 children. Paid $1.9 million this year in CCAP funding. Do you know where the children are? Were they kidnapped? They run away? Where are the children? This is state of Minnesota. Right here.
And who are you?
My name's Nick Shirley, ma'am.
And who are you with?
Nick Shirley. Nick Shirley on YouTube.
Yeah, so who are you with here?
Oh, he's just been doing some research investigating the fraud that's taking place here in Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm with Nick Shirley.
This lady, she's calling us ICE. We're just trying to put law and order back in the streets of the United States. Get rid of all the fraud. Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Where?
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child, you've never seen daycare.
I haven't seen anybody in there.
We're gonna educate you on something. So what do you think about this daycare center? They spelt learning wrong. They've received over $1.9 million this year alone, and they're supposed to have 99 children here.
I don't see it.
99 children.
Have you ever seen any children here?
None. None at all. None.
This year they got 1.9 million. Last year they got 1.5 million of your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know, where are the kids?
Right.
Where are the children?
I don't see them. I've been here since 2017. I haven't seen anybody like
Never
that here.
seen a child here.
No, not at all.
And so you've
Many
never
years.
seen a child here for 8 years?
Nope, not at all.
And how does that make you feel, knowing that this place is receiving
Disgusting.
$1.9 million?
It's disgusting. I mean, what the hell? They stealing the money. That's a federal grant too. That's, if they get caught for that's a federal offense. I know. I studied law.
And do you think Tim Waltz should go to jail for all the fraud that he's enabled here in his state?
That's him doing this? What the heck yeah.
Oh yeah, he should go to jail. He's just so busy trying to appease to his voter base so he can stay in office. But you guys can go check out the rest. Like I said, I'll leave the link to the video down in the description below. But my whole point is here, what I'm saying is, and we're gonna get to the healthcare facilities or the healthcare offices, right? Because to me, it don't explain. It's like how you have 5 different healthcare businesses all getting money from the government, all in the same little building. So I want you guys to check this out.
A list of all of the healthcare companies. Loads of them right here. We want healthcare. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting health care here.
No.
Why can't I get health care here?
No, wait.
Warning, you are under video surveillance. No trespassing, security armed. This is the strangest place I've ever been to get health care. Just a bunch of different places. Healthcare here, healthcare right here, another healthcare company right here. There are 3 healthcare companies inside of this building right here in this room of 7C. Now we have another Helping Hands Home Care LLC, another healthcare company. Present Help right here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare here inside this building because we have so many options. Who can we talk to about getting the best healthcare?
I don't know.
No?
Sorry.
All right. We will not get any healthcare here. David, this is one of the stranger places I've ever been. Literally, healthcare every door you go to, yet nobody will give you a rate. How much money do you think's been funneled through this building?
Every year, I would say 50 to 60 million at least.
And finally, we were accepted into one of the daycare centers and they actually took down our information to give us a rate. However, when we left, we were then met with the police.
We received a complaint that gentlemen matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stay here.
Oh, we're checking out the rates for healthcare. Because there's 14 healthcare companies inside this building, so.
Okay.
Well, that's not what he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers, everyone here is fraudulent.
Okay.
So he's here with some kind of like propaganda.
No, we're just checking.
No, this is a area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance. Is there any other reason that you guys are here?
Well, we were checking rates.
No, he's not.
We were checking rates. We asked for rates.
No, you're not.
Okay. I'm gonna have, if you guys are all good, we're gonna step outside and we can continue this conversation.
All right, let's leave. So, all right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived. We were checking out the rates, seeing what was happening inside this building. No one would really speak with us. We did go inside the one daycare center, and she actually did give us rates for childcare. Much respect to that lady. What's the problem, officer?
Well, so again, we've been getting reports from now multiple individuals that you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance at this address.
Yeah.
So
as we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers operating from inside of the building.
Right here you have.
Well, there you have it, folks, right? So, like I said, this whole thing feels like a money laundering operation, and it's happening in broad daylight under the noses of the same Democrats that run the state. Now, let's get into the real problem, right? Because this ain't just about one community. This is about the fact that the state, the people who are supposed to be in charge, the elected officials, Governor Tim Walz, you know, I got to throw out there, most importantly, are not doing their jobs right. Where's the oversight? You know, where's the audits? Where's the investigations from people who get paid to stop this kind of thing, right? Don't state inspections happen? You know, Nick Shirley is doing what the government is supposed to be doing to ensure that the federal monies is justified to be received from the taxpayer and citizens. And that's the wild part. It should not take a citizen with a phone and some questions to uncover $9 billion in potential fraud. And that's what we pay the feds for. And that's what we pay state officials for. But when they turn a blind eye or worse, benefit from the scam, now we got to talk. Because what if the politicians know what's going on and they don't care? Which we know Governor Tim Walz don't care. And he barely has an answer for it. All he's doing is playing victim and saying, oh, it could be a white man, or it could be, and that's another thing. That's why I'm saying I don't think their approach was good, because Governor Tim Walz is over here blaming white men for the simple fact of this certain group of individuals doing this type of scam. We don't care about the race. It's just a matter of the scam shouldn't happen in the first place. It's disrespectful to the United States of America, American taxpayer citizens, Minnesotans, and so forth. So the whole point is, this is what state officials are paid for, right? And you got politicians who don't care, and they're getting kickbacks, votes, favors, and all exchange for looking the other way, being biased to a certain community that will keep them in office. And if that's the case, as we know that is the case, then they're not just failing, they are in on it, as we know, because like I said, Governor Tim Walz is basically saying they should be indicted and they should be held responsible for the fullest state of the law. But this is happening under your watch, right? As governor over the whole state of Minnesota. So, and this ain't just happening in Minneapolis. I promise you that. These kind of schemes are probably going down in every major blue state where the government hands out money without checking where it goes. All you got to do is start a fake nonprofit, slap a sign on a building, say you're serving the community. Boom, government writes you a check. No follow-up, no oversight, no accountability. Just free money. That's your money, by the way, watching this video. That's my money. That's tax dollars going to ghost daycares and fake health centers. I never seen in my life so many healthcare centers in one building right next to each other. That's just sus in itself. But if you say something about it, now you are the problem. And that's why when the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, head by Elon Musk, when it was going on, the program that was actually supposed to track where this money goes, government money, started catching heat. Democrats cried and whined and did everything they could to shut it down. And they didn't want people finding out what was really going on, because the minute you shine a light on it, it's over. And the whole house of cards come down. And that's why this video with Nick Shirley blew up. And that's why Nick Shirley work matters, right? Because it proves what people have been suspecting for years. The government is just giving money away with zero accountability. And if you question it, you're racist, you're anxphobic, you're the bad guy. But at the end of the day, this is common sense. You don't have to be in politics to understand that if you're taking money for healthcare and ain't no nurses or patients, that's theft. And if politicians let it happen because it helped them win elections or keep power, that's criminal. Somebody needs to be arrested. Somebody needs to go to jail. And Governor Tim Walz, yeah, he should be held accountable too, because this happened on his watch, under his leadership with our money. And I'm tired of people acting like it's no big deal. $9 billion is a big deal. If it was a celebrity or a CEO caught stealing this kind of money, they'll be in prison by now. But because it's tied up in politics and identity and race, this whole thing is sketchy, sus. It smells like corruption. And the only reason it's getting exposed is because regular people got sick of staying quiet. So shout out to Nick Shirley. I want to give him a round of applause for doing what he's doing and for doing what the government should have been doing in the first place. And listen, if you want to support his work, like I said, I'm dropping a link down into the description below of his channel. Go support him, show love, because this is the kind of journalism we actually need. But yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this fraud? Is it legit? And do you think it's just Somali businesses being targeted unfairly, or is there really a scam happening with our tax dollars? Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget, the truth only goes viral when we push it. Peace.